Okay, so I put the second crack filling on this floor, and it took almost as much crack filler to fill it as I used on the first coat. I had almost as much in this container when I started today as I had yesterday, and there's just that much left, so it took most of what I put on. But the filler has filled up most all of these depressions, plus the cracks that I missed on the first filling. Sanding sealer works by fusing itself to other sanding sealer. Sanding sealer is very acidic, and so when you put it on top of other sanding sealer, it burns its way into the first coat. So there's no seams in any of this sealer. It's here permanently. This is the part of the floor that had the this board had the tongue showing, so it's pretty much filled up now. There may be a slight depression that I have to fill after I go on to these finer papers. So there's so much crack filler on this floor that it's going to be really taxing for the 80 grit paper to grind all this excess crack filler off. So what I'm going to do, and I do this more often, is the 30 grit sandpaper here. So what I used on the first pass, it's not a 30 grit anymore. It's probably more like a 40 grit or a 50 grit that's gotten fine by being worn down from the sanding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly use this used 30 grit to go over this, and it'll take a lot of the pressure off the 80 grit, because then the 80 grit will just be used to take the scratches out that's left from the coarser papers and not be grinding all this extra crack filler off. It's too much of a load for an 80 grit to carry this. So what I'm going to do is sand this quickly with this this 30 grit again, and then I'm going to go to the 80, and I'll have to fill some more cracks then, and then I'll go to 100. So when this floor is ready to coat, I'll come back and we'll show you about the execution of the first coat of urethane. So this quantity of sanding sealer and sawdust that I used to fill up the cracks of this was only over like 160 square feet. So these places really do take a lot of crack filler. This house is going to take gallons of this stuff by the time I'm done. So I'll get back when I'm ready to start coating this.